How you doing today, guys? Hope you're all having a wonderful day today. I wanted to do a quick video on this Seeker set that I got from Amazon on sale. I think right before the holidays. I just didn't have a chance to open it and mess with it too much. This is based on the War for Cybertron Siege series. This is an old set. It's been out for a while now. Initially, I didn't get it, didn't pay it much attention. Now that I'm going back and trying to see which figures I like the most, I realize that this Seeker mold, specifically this one with the Tetrajets, as they call them, is actually pretty great. I tend to actually like it a little better than the Earthrise mode that they did for the Seekers, the Earth Jets. So I figure I'd go ahead and sort of get these. I think they were on sale on Amazon at one point. But as you can see there, that's a box. I've already taken these out. The reason why I'm showing the box is because you'll notice as we go through with the robots, there are some slight differences between what's shown on the box versus the actual robots. Like, and I know these are probably like pre-production shots or something like that. The wings here on each of these guys have some red. On the actual toy, you'll see that they're actually gray. I actually prefer the gray rather than the red. I think the red, particularly on Ion Storm here, I think if he would have had the red, it would have made him look too much like the Thundercracker, which is essentially had red lines here. But this is a packaging it comes in. As you can see, you get Acid Storm, Ion Storm, and Nova Storm. These are referred to as the Rainmakers. And you can see the packaging there. As I said, this is Siege. You guys can see it there. I already taken them out. This is probably gonna get thrown out, but figure I'd show that. There you go. And onto the actual figures. And man, these things are awesome. The color just really, really pops. They are really loud, almost like obnoxious, especially Acid Storm. With that bright green. Then you have Ion Storm, which I love that blue. You would think he's very similar in color to Thundercracker, but the blue is a slightly different hue, at least to my eyes. And you guys can see there Nova Storm. This particular guys are think I remember from the first episode of the cartoon where perhaps they're chasing, I think, Bumblebee and Wheeljack from what I remember. And that's precisely why I got them. I think I want to do a display of these guys in Tetrajet modes, chasing that Bumblebee that recently came out on that Cybertronian mode. As far as the figure itself, I'm not going to go through the transformation. This is an older mold. I think by this point, Hasbro and Takara have gotten their mileage out of these molds. They are really nice. I think just recently they've also used this for the Shatterglass Starscream that just came out. So I won't bother going through the transformation. I mean, you get your, as you guys can see there, if you are familiar with the Seeker mold from the Siege series, it's pretty much the same, just slightly different colors. So, for example, here, Ion Storm, as they call him, you get your, I guess this is battle damage that the other Seekers had as well. The heads are all the same. There is some light piping here. I don't know if you could tell. On the back, you could see it there. All these guys have the pretty much the same expression. So they're literally the exact same robot, just painted differently. And granted, the colors again are really, really nice. I do love the colors. But if you've seen this mode before, you are not seeing anything new. I do like these robot modes. They look really nice. I like stuff like this. They managed to cover up the back of the legs so they're not hollow with this piece here. It looks to be on a spring. They do stand really well. They have a really nice presence there. You can see them all three together. But not much else to say about this mold. I mean, you get your standard articulation, elbows, the shoulders. They can do splits. You know, they have knees. There is some ankle ratchets and everything, but you can pose these guys, I'd say, pretty well. And also the thing that I really like about this mold, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the only, or at least one of the few Seeker molds that has a waist rotation. Not even the Masterpiece ones have this. And granted, I know Masterpiece is in a whole different scale, but the Earthrise mold of these jets don't have waist articulation. So, you know, this is the one thing that this mold's great for if you're going to post in a robot mode. You can get those things up. But as you guys can see them there, they're pretty much all the same mold. So I'd figure we can go right away to the Tetrajet modes. But as far as your robot modes, if you've got this, these, you know, the Thundercracker, Skywarp, or the Starscream from Siege, you pretty much know what you're getting. It's just in slightly different colors. I personally love these. I specifically like the Tetrajet modes, as I said, a little better than the Earthrise, you know, the jets. But these are nice toys. The only thing I wish they would have done is perhaps different faces. I know they did that on the Thundercracker and Skywarp and Starscream. I know, granted, you know, obviously these were just repaints to try to get as much mileage and money, you know, out of these molds. But they're really nice, so I can't complain too much. And actually, guys, before we go to robot mode, I just wanted to do a quick comparison with two of the Seekers I had here. And the first obvious one I wanted to sort of do here was with the Siege version of Thundercracker. Just so you guys could see, the blue is slightly different. The camera may not, you may not be able to tell, you know, just because of the camera. I think to my eye, anyway, this blue is slightly brighter. I actually think Thundercracker should have been this color, but they're both really nice colors. But you could just want to put them together so you guys could see the pretty much that they're the same, other than the obviously you can see here the feet, the forearms, the hands. Thundercracker actually has the red, and that's what I was mentioning earlier. On the box, they actually show him with red stripes, and here Thundercracker has the red stripes as well, but he doesn't. So I actually think it's actually better that you know, these guys, you know, Acid Storm, Ion Storm, and Nova Storm don't have the red stripe, because it helps them to you know, be a little different than the regular Siege Tetrajets. The other difference, obviously, other than the colors, is the face. So if you could tell there, Thundercracker is smirking. This guy is just kind of neutral and maybe even sad. So that's the only thing I would have wished that they would have done with you know, Acid Storm and Nova Storm. Maybe perhaps give them slightly different expressions just to set them a bit more apart. But there you go. I wanted to show at least those two together so you could see there is slight difference in the blues there. The other version that I wanted to show off was the Earthrise mold. So here's Starscream. These guys are a bit taller. I love this mode. I like this Starscream. I just think this is a better toy, and I like the fact that, you know, we've got Tetrajets. We've had them for a while now, but and we've seen so many of this jet mode and this Starscream for a while. The other thing, as I mentioned, these guys have a waist swivel where Starscream and at least the Earthrise mold doesn't. So again, I just want to show that, as you can see, there's also the height difference. These guys are much taller than Starscream there. Cool. So now we'll go on to the Tetrajet modes now. All right, guys. So here we are back in vehicle mode. So this is the Tetrajet mode, as they call it, for Acid Storm, Nova Storm, and Ion Storm. Nothing much else to say. I mean, these are the exact same Tetrajet modes from Siege. If you've seen these before, these are pretty much the exact same thing, just in these nice bright colors. The mold itself is really nice. I'm glad we were able to get a Tetrajet mode. Granted, I know in the cartoon the modes were slightly different. I think the ends here and here were more pointy. And I think I've seen kits that you can get to add that on. But I think these are really nice. See the Decepticon logo there, but these are all pretty much exactly the same, just in different colors there. You guys could see it there. The only things I noted during the transformation is obviously these slightly different tolerances. The wings on this guy did not clip onto the forearms like they're supposed to. Like this one, transformation wise, the wings clipped in really nice and tight. On this one also, this piece here on the back had a bit of an issue getting it off of here. But again, I guess, differences. This yellow one, this back part popped out. I remember the original Starscream from Siege did that as well. It looks like they fixed it on subsequent runs, but it just may be that this one suffers from the same thing. But I think other than that, no really differences. Again, these are really great. I just got them because I wanted to have these in sort of some Cybertron sort of setup in my display. And I figured our first victim here, and the only one that I have so far, is this Bumblebee. This is Buzzworthy Bumblebee Origins Bumblebee, which is technically the Cybertron mode. So I'm probably going to try and see if I could fit him in my shelf somehow, with these guys in tow, sort of chasing him, and maybe get some blast effects, some fire effects, and sort of show them shooting at him, sort of like they did in a cartoon. This is why I also hope that Hasbro and Takara perhaps give us a Jazz or a Wheeljack in Cybertron mode, so we can have all of these going sort of together. But yeah, other than that, not much else to say, guys. These robot modes and these Tetrajet modes, if you have the Siege modes, they're from Starscream and Thundercracker and Skywarp from the Siege series, pretty much the same thing. Again, really nice. If you can get these on the sale price, if they're still available, I would say go ahead, go for it. Yeah, so get yourself some Rainmakers, as they call them. But other than that, nothing else to add. Thank you for taking the time to watch. Any questions or comments, please, feel free to leave a shout. Otherwise, thank you for your time and enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.